Hello, everyone. My name is Jan Bellerman, and today I'm speaking again to William Miller. Welcome, William.
Thank you so much for getting together with me.
For the people who have not seen our first interview, William did a lot of research about spiritual-based leadership over the past decades, and out of that experience and that knowledge, he has created a new journey called Reclaiming the Soul of Leadership. And that journey comes in two parts. It has a foundation part and an integration part. And it's basically a personal exploration for spiritually inclined leaders. As I said, William, we recently talked about the foundation journey. And today we
Mhm.
will focus on the integration part.
Yes.
What I often hear is people are saying, hey, spiritual based leadership might be just a popular fad, or is it really
Mhm.
practical, William?
Great question. I'd add there sometimes people think, oh, it's my wish that it could happen, but can it really happen that way? And my response to that is that it's neither fad nor fantasy. It's actually foundational to being the kind of leader that the times today call for. And just for example, it's fundamental to purpose, like anchoring your leadership in a deeper why, to integrity and trust. Is foundational to or fundamental to aligning words and actions that earn lasting credibility. It's fundamental to resilience, staying steady in uncertainty. It's fundamental into sustainability, honoring interdependence in the future generations. It's fundamental to productivity and quality, like bringing out people's best energies. It's fundamental to making wise choices, discerning what truly matters in the midst of this volatility and velocity of change. And so it's truly a fundamental capability. And as we set the stage in the first course, the foundation, it's set up how we see spirituality personally. It's not trying to get to some notion that we all agree to. It's that each person has their own individual sense of what spirituality means to them. And as the subtitle says, it's for a personal exploration of how do you take your sense of spirituality, even if it's totally different than anybody else's. Our focus is how you do that in a way that satisfies you in your particular life and work. And we started by helping people clarify what that spiritual view is, what their took how did they then explore that and see opportunities for deepening their spiritual life, and then to embody those spiritual values in their leadership. So as a first way of integrating it into what their practice can be and having that make a difference.
Hmm, excellent. So what's the next step then for them when they did the
Mhm.
foundation? What?
The next step is really to begin then taking that foundation and start engaging in what I'll call transformative initiatives. By transformative, um, there's a colleague who made a very nice distinction between transformational leadership and transformative leadership. Transformational leadership is when you're able to lead large scale changes that truly make a fundamental transformative difference. Transformative is to grow yourself as you're leading, that you change and you grow even as the change that you're trying to institute begins to unfold. Because it is these journeys are as much about learning as achieving. And what it is that we learn individually as a leader out of the experiences we have in leadership. And how can we take that depth of growth into the next challenge that we have? So as we look at how to nurture ourselves and our own capabilities to be an authentic leader, to be a values-driven leader, based in our experience of our deep spiritual selves, that bringing that time and again to the leadership challenges, whether that's, as we found in our interviews, union negotiations, whether it's downsizing a business, whether it's finding a new avenue for growth, improving quality, dealing with employee engagement, whatever it is. As you grow as a leader with each challenge, your maturity pays dividends. And that's what we're aiming for as the next step in the advanced version of reclaiming the soul of leadership. We then do some deeper work on exploring spirituality from the inside out. And finally, how do you evoke wisdom and love in your personal community? In other words, how do you take this journey you're on and not just have it be yours, but how can you start reaching for others, not in any kind of trying to convince people of something. It's to continue what we do in the course. Each person you know in your community has their own path. How do you support them in that path? And therefore bring out levels of love and wisdom that are not available if someone is more trying to evangelize their particular view. And so we end up therefore helping to build a stronger community in which we don't have to feel isolated if we started out feeling that way. It could be with one or two people. It could be with a larger group.
Thank you, William. That sounds fascinating for me, especially the community aspect of it when you bring in more the collective intelligence of the group. And
Mm-hmm.
I also find it absolutely fascinating that you bring the examples of the people who are practicing at this on a daily basis. Um, what are concrete takeaways for your participants if they join you for the integration part two of the journey?
One of the takeaways will come as they explore and experience how they can bring this into some of the more complex issues that they're facing as a leader. And use this as a place for co-learning with each other about what makes things transform, what makes it transformative, and to continue to deepen where they can unfold their own spirituality at the same time. And I'll give you another example of this is that another way that we're raised typically is that the world outside of ourselves causes our internal experience. Like this politics makes me so happy, or this person makes me so angry. It's like the conditions outside are supposedly the source or the cause of my happiness or unhappiness. And what that makes us do is to try to control the world around us to line up with our own wishes and wants so that we can feel happy. Okay. And so we're basically in a control game, control the world, and good luck at that. Some people are successfully part of the time, but then it always goes away. What if you discovered a deeper sense of who you are that is naturally peaceful, naturally connected? And that's not your personality. It's something deeper than that, even. And this is what we find in the leaders, even the athletes, by the way, who we call them, they keep their cool. They're able to live in chaotic situations without disturbing their inner peace. And therefore, they have more access to the wisdom, to the connection that they need to be leaders in that point. And so in exploring where can I grow in that way? How can I be more unconditional so I'm not reactive to the world? I'm more proactive because it's coming from who I am that's stable inside. And so that's the kind of benefit that also comes out of the integration course, is to pick up on those kinds of qualities of nurturing at a more deeply level, unrooting some of the humanity's habit patterns of how they conceive of life and work, and shifting to what is actually more effective, more practical, more impactful, and it becomes the types of leaders that we can be drawn to in a very positive way.
Excellent, William. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to be part of the journey. And if other participants are ready to enroll to join us and learn a lot and grow, and in their inner and their outer world, they are very much welcome. And again, William, thank you so much for guiding us through this journey and spending the time with us today.
It's always a joy to be with you. Thank you.